Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily Davar Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Monday, the 5th day of September, second day of Elul. Here we go. Well, we're now talking about the laws of Salichos, which are recited starting on September 24th and 25th. And they're gonna and Svardim, by the way, have begun saying them already. So you need to know these laws. One of them is that if there's no minyan, if you can't get to a minyan, you're still eligible for saying slichos, but there are certain parts that you'll have to leave out. You'll have to leave out the part that says Hashem Hashem Kel Rachum V'Chanun. That's called the Yud Gimel Midos, the 13 attributes with which God shows us his ways. And you're not supposed to say that unless you're at a minyan. So you'll have to skip those parts. Also, those long paragraphs that are written in Aramaic, that's the harder to read parts. Those long ones can't be said because Aramaic is only recited when in the presence of a minyan. Now, we're just going to quickly go through the characteristics that are expected if you're choosing a chazan for your salichos, and especially for you to lead your service for Rosh HaShana and Yom Kippur. He should have these characteristics. He should be a Talmid Chacham, someone who's really into Torah learning. A Yarei Shamayim, that means someone who fears God and would not want to do any sins. Someone who's age 30 or older. Someone who's married. Someone, of course, who has a sweet voice. And someone who's acceptable to the congregation. Now, to find someone who's got all six of these things is sometimes a little bit hard, so you try for someone who has all six of those things, but if you have to settle, you may have to get someone who only has five of those six things. But that's what you try to do, is to get someone who has all these six, if possible. Also, another thing for you to note is that during this month, the month of Elul, it is a wonderful time to check your tefillin and or your mezuzahs if they haven't been checked in a long while. You're supposed to check them because over the years, things can happen to the writing that's on the inside. The parchment and the ink that's there could become ruined, and a letter could be disfigured, and then it's not really saying what it's supposed to say, and then it's improper. And you want to fix that, so please try and take care of that if you haven't done it during the month of Elul. During this month, if you're writing letters, and I should say now in our modern era, if you're writing emails or anything of the sort, I guess even texts, it's always a good idea to include a mention of that Rosh HaShana is coming, like by saying something like Ksiva v'chasima tova. You should be written and inscribed for a good year. We all like to say this to each other because that should be foremost in our thinking at this time of year. There is a custom to fast on Erev Rosh HaShana. Accustomed to fast on Erev Rosh HaShana, just a custom, not a law. And those who do it only do it for a half a day. You don't have to do that. You just may want to check in advance if you want to arrange that for yourself. There also is a custom to visit Kivrei Tzadikim, the burial places of righteous people on Erev Rosh Hashanah. I do want to remind you that if you're ever praying at the burial place of a really good person, don't direct your prayers to the person who's buried there, like as if you're praying to the tzaddik, please heal me or something. We don't do that in this religion. You're always praying to God. The reason that you're at the kever, at the burial place of the righteous person, is because when you pray to God, the merit of that righteous person can help with your prayers to God. But you don't really, it's not really appropriate to ask the tzaddik who's buried there to heal your bubby or anything like that. We ask all of our prayers to God. We just feel that the presence of the merit of the tzaddik can kind of help with the merit that we need added to the weight of our prayers. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.